Hello! Hi guys! Good afternoon or good evening or good morning maybe depending on where you are. Exciting news. So we're going to be doing a live today and we are going very much back to basics when it comes to Squarespace SEO. So this is something that has been coming up quite a bit actually lately. So people have been saying, okay, Charlotte, like you're talking about some really good, like in-depth Squarespace SEO strategies, long-term things, planning, and stuff, but they're like, where do I start? Like, what's the number one step, don't overwhelm me, just give me kind of like quick action thing that I can do. So this is a really good point because we all have to start somewhere, and I know that it can be really confusing for people because they're like, okay, do I actually deal with like a technical setting of the website? Do I deal with like the website content? All that sort of thing. So this is where we're going. Today we're going to be talking about the 3 settings that you need to set up on your Squarespace website for SEO. Okay, so let's dive right into it. Okay, let's begin right off the bat. So the very first setting that you need to set up is that you need to verify and connect your domain with your Squarespace website. Okay, so your domain is something like charlotteohara.ca or bobsyouruncle.com, whatever. Like that is what your domain is, okay? And Squarespace is the platform that hosts your website. And the thing that we're doing when we connect and verify the domain with Google Search Console is we're saying to Google Search Console, we're basically saying like, okay, here's the domain. Here's the website, they are linked together, and I, the person verifying it, am the owner. And once I do that, once I verify the site, once I verify the domain, then it signals to Google that they're like, okay, now this is like a legit site, it's all linked in together, everything's good. Now Google can come and start like crawling and indexing your website so that it actually shows up in search results, which is kind of the end goal of like why we're doing SEO, right? We want people to be able to find your website, find your content online. But the thing is, Google doesn't they go to like everywhere online, but they don't really like legitimize your site until you have done this step. So this is a really easy thing to do, and I'm going to tell you briefly how to do it. Okay, so number 1, step in. Log into the back end of your Squarespace website, okay? So that's the very first thing you do. Then from there, you're going to click over to settings and then connected accounts. And then under the connected accounts section, you're gonna add one, and then you'll see the option for Google Search Console. It'll have the big Google G there. So you just click on that, verify your site, connect it all in through there. It's actually super, super easy to do. I know that sounds confusing, verify your domain with Google Search Console. It sounds like words, but it's actually very simple to do. So that's the first thing that happens. And in my experience, it's always a little bit shocking to see how many websites don't have this set up. So people will be like, wow, I've had my website live for a year or 2 or something, and I don't know why no one's visiting it, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, oh, because you haven't verified your site and stuff, and because you haven't done that, then Google isn't sending any traffic your way, okay? So that's the number 1 thing you're gonna do. You're gonna verify and connect your domain to Google Search Console. Okay, second thing that you're going to do is, again, this is another setting that we're filling out on the back end of your Squarespace website, is that you are going to, again, when you're logged in, you're going to go to the marketing tab, and then from marketing, you're gonna go to SEO. Okay, and then from the SEO, oops, what's that thing there? From the SEO tab, you're gonna scroll down a little bit and you'll see there's a section that says SEO site description. Okay, so this is what we're filling out here. Step number 2 is you fill out the SEO site description. So I think if I remember correctly, you have 400 characters here. And what you're gonna be doing is you're putting in all the information, all the keywords and stuff that are relevant, and explain to Google what your website is about. Okay, so you're saying, this is the website, the company name, the brand name, whatever it is. You're explaining what you do, what kind of services you offer, products, e-commerce, if you're an events company or something like that. Whatever it is, you want to explain to Google what you are, what your brand, your business is, but then also what your website is about as a whole, okay? So think big picture here, right? You don't want to drill in on anything too specific. You want to think about how can you best express in 400 characters what your website and your business, your brand is all about. So you want to think about things like your offerings, the services that you have, the type of line that you have. Maybe it's eco-friendly products or something, or family and marital counseling services in blank or something. You also want to think about, do you have a specific location? So are you serving a local audience? Are you more like, it doesn't matter because your business is just online? Like, these are things that you want to think about here. And the cool thing is that when you're filling out the SEO site description, you want to use both, like, you obviously want to use the keywords, and the keywords are, again, like what people are kind of like typing into Google. You want to include the keywords, but you need to write your SEO site description in a way that uses natural language, because when you're in that SEO site description field, like the marketing SEO tab, you'll see that there's a section that shows you what the preview is of how your website is going to show up in search results, okay? So you can see that there's the preview section of like 1 or 2 lines there that are going to go up, and if your website comes up in search results, it's like the preview of what's there. So this is, again, why you don't want to just use like keyword stuffing, just like putting a bunch of words in on top of each other, okay? So that's the second thing you want to fill out. Again, the recap is the SEO site description. Okay, now the third setting that I want to make sure that you fill out on your Squarespace website, that if you do these 3 things, you'll already be far ahead than many people, to be totally honest. The third thing that you need to do is, for every page on your website, you are going to open up the page settings, and you're going to go to the SEO tab, and then you are going to fill out the SEO page title and the SEO page description. Okay, so specifically the SEO page description. The SEO page title, when you're in that field, you'll see it, like the SEO tab of the page settings. When you're there, you'll see that it kind of automatically populates the SEO page title with the page title section that you would have already filled out. But then the main thing that we want to fill out here is the SEO page description. So again, I believe you have 400 characters that you can do, and you want to explain to Google and other search engines, like, what is this specific page on the website about? Okay, so if you're talking about your general services, you're saying that, like, this is the services page where we offer XYZ services or something like that, or, oh, this is the upcoming event called blank, 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 which will take place on, September 25th, 2020. Fingers crossed, unless it's online, who knows? So these are the things that you want to think about. Like, what is the page specifically about? What kind of keywords are you talking about? What is it, the target audience? Who are you talking to here? So you have 400 characters. And again, you'll see on that section that you can see the preview of how that particular page description might show up if your website shows up in Google search results. So because of this, remember that you want to use natural language. You don't want to just stuff all the keywords in there together, okay? So 400 characters, fill out, tell Google what each specific page is about. And another thing to keep in mind about the SEO page descriptions is that this is going to be different for every page on your website, right? Like, the SEO page description will be different for the About page versus your Contact page versus your Services page, general services. And then drill down further, it's going to be even more different for all the individual services that you offer. Maybe it's one-off service or ongoing retainer or whatever it is, right? So you want to think about how you're explaining to search engines what the content is, who is the target audience, including, of course, your business, your brand, your website name, all that sort of thing. So those are the 3 settings that you need to set up on your Squarespace website if you're interested in SEO. So at the very beginning, those are the first things that I would recommend that you do, okay? And like I said, if you do these 3 things, you will be ahead of many people out there. It's crazy how many people don't even realize that these are things that you want to be doing. So you're welcome. Enjoy that information, basically. And I hope that you actually if you're watching this and you have a Squarespace website, whether you're watching it live or on the replay, take 10 minutes and fill out all of those settings, or ensure that you already have them done properly and stuff, or go back and be oh, I need a review. Okay. And if you want more information about any of these, I talk about it more on my website. So you can go to my website, charlotteohara.ca. If you're watching this on Instagram, there's a link to my website in the link in my Instagram bio. But if you're watching this on the replay on my website, then you're already there. Just browse through the rest of the content. I have a whole section on my website all about SEO, so you can take a look through there. Make sure that you download my free Squarespace SEO checklist, which I'll also link to. If you're watching this on Instagram, it's linked to in the bio. And if you're on my website, you'll see it everywhere. Those are really good places to start if you're just kind of where do I begin with SEO on my Squarespace website? So I hope this has been helpful for you today. Thanks for everyone. Oh, hello. People are saying hi, guys. Hi. I hope this has been helpful for you guys. I'll be back here again tomorrow with another live video, and you can take a look at lots of the other live videos and replays and stuff that I've done on my website. So charlotteohara.ca, take a look at them there. And that's it for now. I will see you guys later. Okay, bye. See you.